when a new party takes over the House of Representatives, they propose a series of rules by which to run the House. One rule, I don't know why Julianne is still talking. Lord have mercy. One rule has gotten a lot of progressives riled up. It's called PayGo, which just stands for pay as you go. It means that anytime a piece of legislation will increase spending, that same legislation has to find an offset for that spending, which means that if you want to spend over here, something got to get cut. Now, it has to happen either through cuts or tax increases. Now, progressives in the House want to know why they have to pay for their policies now when Republicans didn't have to pay for their tax cuts. So let's break this thing down. We got two folks, Economist Julianne Malveaux, who y'all have seen already throughout the show, and Dr. Michael McLain, Assistant Professor of Business Administration in the Hampton University School of Business. All right, so for the audience, so let's break it down right here. So, Michael, you like PayGo or are you against PayGo?
PayGo is a pretty good idea. It's designed to stop congressional members from either spending too much that they can't pay for, or on the flip side, it's not just a spending issue, it's to prevent tax cuts that are not paid for as well. So it works both ways from the spending side, but it also works to prevent tax cuts that are not paid for.
Julianne, all right, you for pay? Hold up, you're for PayGo, against PayGo?
I'm against PayGo.
Why?
I'm trying to figure out when Michael got this little epiphany about PayGo. The Republicans caused us a deficit, and all of a sudden now Democrats want to get on their bandwagon and say PayGo. So what it means is that it shackles Democrats in terms of social policy. It shackles us in terms of what happens. So you got this idiot in the White House who decides that you're going to have a deficit. It's okay. Now, Democrats come in and say, so we don't want to do anything wrong. We're going to PayGo. No. The way that
PayGo
hold on, Michael, hold on. Let her finish. I'm gonna come back to you. Go.
The way that Keynesian economics works is that when we have surpluses, we save. When we have deficits, we spend. But we basically have created false deficits because of the gifts that we gave to corporations. PayGo is a way to restrict Democrats from doing the right thing around education, around health care, and around a number of other things. It makes no sense.
Yes.
Go.
PayGo is not a new thing. It has been around since the 1970s. So PayGo has been in the House for a long period of time, as well as PayGo has been in the Senate with even more restrictive rules on the Senate side for paying for both expenses and for any tax deductions.
But you know, Michael,
so
they have had.
Hold on. Finish. Go ahead.
Michael, PayGo's not a new philosophy.
All right, Julianne.
You know, they have always had waivers when they chose to, waivers when they wanted to spend more money on the military or other things. Now is a time with this new Congress to talk about waivers to do health care, waivers to feed people, waivers to do the American dream. And this PayGo nonsense, it is nonsense. It's really about attempting to shackle Democrats to a Republican ideology that says that you can't spend money unless you spend it on corporations.
Now,
and you know that.
So, Michael, here's interesting. So, I want both of you to answer this. And so, when I was at the CBC swearing-in today, I was talking to one of the members who is not a conservative member. Guarantee you, he would be called a liberal or progressive member. This is what he said. He said that, first of all, when Democrats, when Bill Clinton was president, there was a surplus that was left, and of course George Bush had tax cuts, and they turned that surplus into a deficit. He said the reason PayGo makes sense is because, one, you have to deal with the deficit. Two, he said the amount of money that we're spending on interest, he said that money versus continuing these deficits, you could take that money that you're spending on interest and actually apply that to various programs. He said, so Democrats could play the game of, oh, Republicans, they had no fiscal responsibility, so what the hell, let's follow along with them. He said, I don't want to be like them. He said, I do care about the deficit. So the question is, if with PayGo, if it causes you to say, look, if you want to spend this, something got to get cut or we increase taxes, doesn't that force folks to make those decisions? And why can't Democrats then say, all right, we're not going to add another $700 billion to defense spending. We're not going to add another multiple billions of dollars for something else or for this damn wall. We want to spend it over here. Isn't that PayGo?
That is basically PayGo, that if you want to take money and spend it on a particular item, you have to have some offsetting either spending reduction or increasing in taxes. So everything has to be offset for a spending piece of legislation, and that is basically what PayGo is. And every year, the Office of Management and Budget has to look at all the expenses, or all the spending Congress has done, all the tax cuts or spending decreases they're done, and if they have spent more than what their other offsets are, then there's a group of programs that simply have automatic spending cuts built into them.
Julianne.
This flies in the face of Keynesian economics in terms of the ways that we balance things. I agree that we need to look at what we cut, but I also think that there are investments that we make, investments in education, investments in housing, investments in all kinds of things.
Who pays for that? I mean, because first of all, okay, here's the deal. There's somebody at home who's going, look, I don't know who Keynes is. I don't know Keynesian. All I know is in my own. No, 1 second. Look, I'm speaking like an average person because I'm literally looking at their comments right now on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube.
So they tell me I'm crazy.
No. What
I'm all right with
no. What they're saying is the problem with this whole conversation is, and with Congress, is that it's not how people actually live their lives. That if you want something, if you say, Mama, I want this, it's like two things gonna happen. Either you gonna get that, or you gonna get that, or I got to go out and make more money to pay for all this, but I can't pay for everything. Otherwise, I'm gonna be in hot. I'm gonna have a deficit. I'm gonna be broke as all get out.
Personal deficit, Roland, is not the same as a structural deficit, and that's what people need to understand. You did not lose anything when that orange orangutan cut taxes and gave money to corporations. You personally, Roland Martin, Scott Bolden, nobody lost anything from that. And so
hold up. When he did that, correct me. When he did that, has that not increased the federal deficit?
It increased the federal.
Does that now mean that federal taxpayers are spending more on the interest on that deficit than were before?
So then let's roll that back as opposed to talking about Medicare, Medicaid, education, all that.
But hold up. But isn't that a part of PayGo? That if you want...
wait a
minute. Allow me to finish the point.
Yes, sir.
So if Democrats say, we want this, and it's going to cost $1 trillion, can't they say, we want to roll back the $1.5 trillion tax cut to pay for that? Ain't that called PayGo?
Well, it's not called PayGo, but that works for me.
Well, what the hell is it called?
That works for me. The point at the end of the day is that we have to balance what we invest in people and what we invest in corporations.
Hold on. Michael, final comment from your perspective.
Yes, PayGo is simply trying to control Congress to not spend more than they're able to bring in, and that is also prevents them from reducing any further taxes without finding some offsetting method of paying for those tax cuts. So it goes both to the spending side and the taxing side.
Okay, all right. So first of all, the reason I want to have this conversation, because a bunch of y'all have been on social media all day, and y'all been following Alexandria Ortiz, y'all been following all of the people. Y'all keep saying PayGo. So we want to have the explanation and the story to explain to you exactly what it means. And so, Michael McLain, Hampton University, we appreciate it. Julianne Malveaux, Bennett College, President Emerita, we appreciate it as well. For the rest of y'all, if y'all still are clueless, guess what? That's called Washington, D.C. and Capitol Hill, because hell, they don't even know what in the hell is going on.
Yes, I do.
I said Capitol Hill. Scott, no. You couldn't talk
What
the
I
last
gotta say
of it.
is really
well,
important.
okay, but you can tweet it. All right, so you want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.